Hi everyone. How you all doing today? So I realized that majority of you that have reached out to me in the past 2 weeks, especially beginner farmers and people that are just starting out with breeding of rabbits and crossing, reproducing, and handling, pregnant rabbits, nursing mother especially, and also weaning the rabbit from their mothers are faced with a major challenge of the survival tendency of their rabbits, the rabbit babies. Now, I know that when it comes to survival tendency and mortality in rabbit, there's nobody that can claim to be a professional and being able to bypass it completely. No, because you are dealing with livestock and they are vulnerable because they are alive. So nobody can say you will have zero mortality. No, that's not possible. You're definitely going to have mortality at a point in time, whether due to your negligence or due to external factors that is beyond your control. You understand? The only thing is that the mortality should be reduced almost to zero. It's almost impossible to have zero mortality, but at least it's still possible once in a while that you have zero mortality or a very, very reduced level of mortality. So I realized that majority of you that contacted me because quite a number of people reached out to me this week, and it seems as if they have the same challenges of losing rabbit at 4 weeks, 6 weeks, and some of them after winning the rabbit start dying. So I had to pick some of the deficiencies and mistakes that majority of you are making, and put them together to make a video and help you to know how to avoid the mortality of your winners, because basically the beginning is rabbit giving birth, it's never the end. If your rabbit give birth to 8 or 10 or 6 and all those number, it really doesn't matter the number you gave birth to. What matters so much more is the numbers that was able to grow from day old to winners to growers to adults. Survivor is more important than the fact that he just gave birth to all of them, because not all of them will survive in the hand of some people. But one of the things that would help you to make sure that a larger percentage of them or all of them survive is having the right knowledge, the working knowledge that is necessary. You understand? So the first thing I would say is that from some of the discussion I've had with some of you guys, I realized that some of you still raise rabbits on the beer floor, putting them together and all those things. Now, the challenge with raising a rabbit on the beer floor is that they are in contact with their urine. This makes them vulnerable. Rabbit urine tends to build a microorganism after a few days, you understand? And that can pose a very serious threat to the rabbit's well-being, health, and performances. So you don't want your rabbit to be susceptible to infection. So you want to ensure that the environment is clean, is neat, and is not a place where they come in contact with their urine and their poo, especially that urine. They shouldn't be coming in contact with their urine. That is why there should be a net under their cage that can help you to escape. Somebody was telling me that you have to pour sawdust on the floor as if it's as if it's raising chicken or raising broiler. And then according to him, he said after a week of doing that, he lost two rabbits. Later, he lost three rabbits, and this afternoon, he lost another three rabbits. So he has lost a lot just because of that negligence. So I told him, I said, go and pack the sawdust away and get the rabbit out of that place. Get them into a proper cage environment where their survival tendency can be guaranteed. You understand? Yeah. So that's very, very important. There must be in a place where they can survive and they can do very, very well. You understand? That is number one. Number two is that I realize that a lot of you guys, I don't know why though, I don't know why people are doing that. Wean rabbit at 4 weeks. This is so wrong. This is so wrong. At least you should let your rabbit stay with their mother between 6 to 8 weeks. There are even some times when you might need to win them at 10 weeks. Yes. You see, when rabbits babies are still their mother are still with their mother, they hardly die. If there's any deaths recorded while they are still 2 weeks or a week or 3 weeks and they are still with their mother and they are dying, then the problem must be from the mother, which can simply be cured if the mother is injected. You understand? So if they are dying over and over and over and over, it is definitely probably due to the fact that you win them quite faster than they should be. There's a level to which they grow to that it's very easy for them to survive external factors, external, change of environment, and the fact that they have to start their own new life on their own. There is a level of growth they should have had before they are exposed to that kind of lifestyle. You understand? When they are still with their mother, their survival tendency is very high because the mother provide the warmth, give them some kind of emotional support, so to say, and so on and so forth. But when you withdraw them away from their mother, now they are on their own. They are vulnerable to cold, to a lot of things that they could conquer before when they were with their mother. Now they hardly can conquer those things. You understand? So before you win them from their mother, like the person I spoke with me in the afternoon, she was telling me how that they spent 4 weeks before she win them. I said 4 weeks is too small. 4 weeks rabbit is still very vulnerable. At least let them spend 6 to 8 weeks. Especially in a situation whereby the number is higher, maybe you have to give it to 10 or give it to 12, and she's nursing all of them. You couldn't foster them to any other rabbit that gave birth into that same time. The best thing you can do in such a situation is actually to ensure that the rabbits spend enough time with the mother, maybe let's say like 8 weeks to 10 weeks, just to ensure that they have enough nutrients, they have grown enough, they are big enough to start their own life on their own. You understand? That is very, very important so that they can do better, they can do well. You need to ensure that and they spend enough time. If you win them too early, they will start dying because they have not built the stamina to withstand external, factors, weather changes, and so on and so forth. You understand? Now, the next point on my list also is actually to stop giving those young rabbit grasses. Yes, you see, most of the challenges that young rabbits are confronted with is bloat, diarrhea, and coccidiosis. Those are the major issue. I think sometime there could be record of some level of paralysis, partial paralysis, but that's never the major issue. The major issue is about coccidiosis, diarrhea, and what's the other one called? Bloats. Yes. Now, you see, the issue of coccidiosis and diarrhea at times can actually come easily from grasses. And the reason is because the grasses are outside, there could be some organism around them that is not known, or that the young rabbit does not build enough strength to withstand, and then they can just take them in with the leaf, and then that one can start affecting. And if it was the adult one that took it, it probably will not feel the effects. You understand? But these are younger ones; they have not developed enough resistance and stamina and build enough immunity to withstand things like that. You understand? So you want to ensure that you want to withdraw or stop giving them grasses. Yes, let them be on feed and A. And if for any reason they have to take grasses, it has to be once in a while. Yes, it has to be once in a while. Remember that the digestive system is still developing. It is not fully formed yet. So there are things that they may not be able to digest just at that stage. So to avoid the vulnerability of death and mortality and all, you want to ensure that they are basically on their feed and their medication, their water, and so on and so forth, and less of grasses. This is very, very important to reduce the mortality level in your farm. Yeah, the next one is make sure you deworm your female rabbit with ivermectin injection before you cross her. It helps her to be in a very healthy condition before she gives birth to the baby, which also increases the tendency of the baby's survival and also the mother's well-being. You understand? So you inject your female rabbit with ivermectin injection before crossing her to the male. You understand? And most of the time, if the babies are with their mother and they are still dying, especially if it is 2 weeks or a week after delivery, then you can inject the mother ivermectin injection just to regulate and control whatever is happening with her that the baby are taking or being apart from. So they could take it from their mother, and if that happens, even though the mother could withstand that, the babies might not be able to withstand it. So as a result of that, the appropriate thing to do is actually to ensure that you inject the mother with a ivermectin injection. The babies will partake of that. I've had that experience about 6 years ago, where a particular island gave birth to 11, and about three died out of them. It died the first day, died the second day, died the third day. It was the third day I dictated that, okay, the problem is from the mother. However, the mother was eating and drinking water and was active and was okay. But definitely something is wrong because as at that time, the baby were less than 2 weeks old. So they were still breastfeeding. They have not started eating anything. So everything they got was from their mother. So obviously, whatever is killing them was from her. So I injected the mother with ivermectin injection. and that was how the mortality stopped. And she raised those baby very well. I think I win them at 8 weeks. They were very big and they all survived. So these are some of the things that you should pay attention to. It's very, most of the time the people that consult me and come to my farm, I always mention rabbit medication for all of them. Like today now, I had Honorable Emmanuel was in my farm today from Malaysia, and I was telling him that these are the medications you should get. And he was like, okay, fine. He's going to be in Lagos State for the weekend, and he has a friend who is a vet doctor. He's going to get all those medication from him. You see, your rabbit farm must have a first aid box. It's very important. You must have a first aid box on your rabbit farm. This first aid box is very crucial to the survival and the well-being, overall performance of your rabbits. You understand? You shouldn't be waiting till that there's an issue, before you actually take care of your rabbit situation. There should be drugs and medication on ground that can help you out. You understand? To sort some of those issues. Yes, I'm going to make a video on some organic medication. I'm going to make some video on that because it's very important for your rabbit, baby rabbits. They are still very much young, and they might not be sometime they might not be it might not be the best thing that you should be injecting them because they don't have so much stamina to actually withstand the pressure and the pain that comes from injection. So organic medication comes to play to help them prevent some vulnerability. You understand? Yeah. So I'm gonna teach you some organic medication you can actually make for your rabbit to be very well and to perform much better in the next video by God's grace. Yeah. So these are some of the things that you should put in place in order to avoid high mortality of your winners. You understand? Or your young rabbits. These are the things that you should put in place to avoid high mortality. Also, let me mention their cage, their housing system, very important because excessive rain coming into your rabbit's cage can actually lead to mortality of your younger rabbits. The adult might be able to withstand it, but most of the time the younger ones might not be able to withstand it. So in order to be on the safer side, please ensure that your cage is such that the rain or the sun does not have a direct access into the cage where your rabbit are kept. You understand? You want to ensure that the housing system you are using is such that helps, to be protect them and to ensure that they are in a place where rain does not have access to them because rain can kill your rabbit baby so fast. You understand? Yes, it can kill them so fast. Okay, I think it's raining right now, and I don't know, maybe you are hearing it at the background. It might affect my voice, so I'm just have to bring this video to an end right now because it's raining. So, if you have any question, please drop it in the comment section. I'm going to yes. Let me mention this one lastly before I go. You want to ensure that your rabbits are not overfed, especially young rabbits, especially after weaning them. Young rabbits eat feed a lot, so don't say they are eating a lot of feed and then you overfeed them. If you do, the tendency of bloating is high. Young rabbits don't know how to say thank you when they are done. They will continue eating till they overfeed themselves. So it is you that will now use your discretion to ensure that the volume of what they should have is what they had, and no matter how much they want to eat, you don't feed them beyond that volume. Excessive feed availability can actually lead to bloat, which can lead to mortality. So these are the things that you should be very careful of as a rabbit farmer in order for your rabbit to survive more on your farm. I hope you get some of the things that we have talked about today. Please, if you have any question, drop it in the comment section, and I'm going to reply you in the comment section. And I'll see you in my next video. It's raining now, so I need to go. I don't know if it's affecting the recording I'm doing. So, if there's a little issue at the background noise, it's because it's raining. You understand? Thanks, guys, for understanding. I'll see you in my next video. Have a lovely day.